This is Kristin McSorely, intern number 124, interviewing Brianna Larsen, intern number 122. And Brianna was actually my senior intern, so this will be a lot of fun. She just recently completed her internship at the end of September. So you've left. Do you have any employment yet?
I do. I am currently a subcontractor with Music Therapy Services of South Dakota here in Sioux Falls.
That's very impressive. And what populations does that?
Right now, primarily older adults and children with developmental disabilities, but the caseload is kind of light at the moment, so what I will be doing here very soon once I pass my board exam is working to expand the services that we provide at Sioux Falls, primarily with just adults in general, not necessarily older adults, but yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And would you say that MusicWorks has helped you get to where you are today now as a contractor?
Considering I just finished, yes, I would say it has.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
You have passed. What drew you initially to the MusicWorks internship?
My story is a little different than everybody's normal. They're, oh, it's Barbara or it's the reputation, but it came to me a little differently. But since I was a transfer student at UND, everything is kind of messy after you transfer, but I didn't realize I was eligible to apply for internships until it was only a few months before. So I only had like a 4 or 5 month window of applying, and so the MusicWorks deadline had already passed if I wanted to start in the near future. So I was already looking at other places and had a place interested in me, but then I got an email from my advisor, Andrew Knight, saying, MusicWorks has an opening here in the next couple months. You should apply for it. Okay, I never thought anything like that was going to happen for me because I had 2 previous classmates that had gone there, and I heard about their fantastic experience, and I said, why not apply? I've got nothing to lose, and the rest is history.
Beautiful. Well, while you were here at MusicWorks, what was your favorite moment?
Well, that's really hard to pick because there's so many moments because, it's half of a year of all these amazing things that you're doing, but I'd say it's a accumulation, I suppose, of all the moments working with patients and working on projects and presentations that led into my own personal growth of confidence, which is something I really needed out of internship because I wasn't all that confident in my abilities, but after internship, it's definitely, I can say yes, I am now.
I know, and from whenever I started, you were already very confident, but towards the end, it's just seeing you blossom. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what are the aspects of the MusicWorks internship that have prepared you for your career today as a contractor?
Well, really everything she said, but or everything that Barbara said has helped prepare me. But one thing I remember her telling us is that in symposium she was talking about a private or a presentation she was giving or something like that to music therapists of private practice that have been in the or have been serving people for probably longer than I've been alive, and they're asking questions that they had no idea the answer to, but us interns would have known week 2. It's just the great things that we're able to learn in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
That some people don't get.
Yeah, with marketing and presenting.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, what was one of the biggest challenges of the internship?
I'd say learning about self-care was a challenge. No one really talks about it, or no one really had talked about it a whole lot, or if they did, I didn't really get it. Because I've always been a busy person, and it's not been an issue, because I've always been fine, just doing my own thing, but I had a moment where I really needed to step back and take care of myself, before anything else. So I often had to make a to-do list of my top priorities and do that before, and then go, okay, now it's time to do something for me. So it took me a bit to figure that out, but I did.
Yeah, and that is probably one of the most valuable things that you will take with you. Okay, well, as Barbara always likes to say, what was your biggest aha moment? Your biggest moment of learning?
Yes. It's funny, I never heard that before going to internship. Now I hear it quite often in just other things. But I'd say mine for personal and professional would be when I was providing music therapy for a man who is actively dying and did die right in front of me while I was there. That was just a huge moment that I will never, ever forget. And it just made me realize what an amazing thing that we do. And it was just such a great opportunity that gave me even more confidence that I needed and pushed me to do even more during internship. It was just a really eye-opening and enlightening experience.
Yeah, I could imagine. And then lastly, what would I know just coming from the internship, what would your piece of advice be to the current intern team and future interns?
Right, yes. Well, I would say go out and try new things that make you uncomfortable. That's where I felt I was able to grow the most, is stepping outside of the box, stepping outside of your comfort zone. And also something that I always said to you and Hannah a lot is fake it until you become it. It just resonated a lot with me when I heard that, and I think it's really fitting and true to really any situation that makes you uncomfortable, whether it be drum facilitation or working with babies. Who knows what it is, but faking it until you become it has really made a difference for me, so it's worth giving it a try.
Yeah, and then you faked it until you did become it. So
exactly, it's not faking until you make it. Do it.
You become it. Well, thank you, Brianna.
Of course, you're welcome.